Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about another Ors faction, and we're going to be taking a look at their roster, and they have some pretty spicy units. Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome to the Scythian custom battle screen. This is it. We're making an army for the Scythians. And what army would I get? You know, what army would I get? Let's start talking about some units. You have the Barbarian Peasants. 1, 4, 1. That 4 defense right there, it can get into 6 defense and 3 attack if they are fighting in the woods or snow, which is pretty good. Pretty good, to be fairly honest. Then we have the unit of axemen. 11 attack, 9 defense, 5 charge. These guys have a pretty good attack, but low defense. What this means is that, yeah, they are the only infantry unit, so if you have a line of infantry, it's gonna be axemen. They will dish out a lot of damage, but they will take a lot of damage as well, especially because they only have their shield, they have no armor. Alright, the axes, I haven't seen anywhere saying that they are armor piercing, so I am sure they're not armor piercing. Alright, it would be great if they were, but it would be kind of crazy for a really early game unit to be. Anyway, then we go for the archers. They have a stock archer warband. Stock archer warband. Alright. These guys, you know, they're the unit we know and love. They suck. Okay, they suck. But if you don't have any other kinds of archers, and if you want to get archers, these are the guys you're going to go to. Even though with Scythia, you're probably not going to go get archer warbands. You're going to be getting Scythian horse archers. Then we have the Chosen Archer Warband. Well, you know, I wouldn't spend 700 denarii on this. I would rather spend 660 on Scythian noble women, or some other thing. You know, Chosen Archer Warband is a good unit, actually. Like, it's not a bad unit. 10 attack, 10 defense, 4 charge, 8 missile attack, so it's pretty good. They have a combat bonus in woods or snow, which is even better. They can get up to 12 attack, 12 defense, guys. It's good. It's pretty good. Then they have long-ranged missiles as well, which is awesome, right? The good morale, well-armored, good stamina. These are all great traits to have on a unit, so they will hold their ground on melee, especially in the woods or snow. But I don't think it's a unit as Scythia that you're gonna want to get, because you have archers, sure, but your infantry sucks. So you will not have a lot of support unless you can actually have a main line with cavalry, which you probably can't. So it's going to be hard to incorporate archers, foot archers, with your cavalry main army. And the axemen flanking unit, it's the same thing. It's kind of hard to incorporate a good flanking unit into a cavalry army. Now let's go for the cavalry. I'm going to skip the warhounds because, you know, warhounds, I don't know. They are good against cavalry. That's it. That's all I have to say. Well, I guess we just incorporated warhounds then. Oh well. But let's go. Let's keep moving. Barbarian Cow. Barbarian Cow, good cavalry unit, especially in the early game. This is one of the best early game cavalry units. They are awesome. They are not too expensive. They have low upkeep, so you will want to get these guys if you have access to them, especially in the early game. They are pretty good against, you know, most early game cavalry units. They are really good at flanking, really good at attacking in the back end. Yeah, they don't have the trait good morale, but they are impetuous, so their morale is not terrible. It's actually okay. And they have a combat bonus in the snow, which is even better, right? But these guys, they can beat a unit of Iberian infantry, for example. You know, I know they suck. I know Iberian infantry is bad, but they can do that. Anyway, then we go for the good cavalry units, good melee cavalry units for the Scythians. We have the headhunting maidens. These ladies, I should say, these ladies are awesome. They have 9 attack, 11 defense, and 8 charge. They are pretty good against armor because they ignore the enemy's armor. I don't know if they ignore 100% of it or 50% of it. You know, I've seen some places say 100%, I've seen some places say 50%. You know, I just threw everything into the air and I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna say both of them. It's both. And that's it. So I cannot get a definitive answer. But that makes them good, you know, regardless against armored units, because they will have low defense for them. You know, I will probably make a video explaining how the armor piercing works in Rome and which units have it and which units don't, and I'm gonna have to do some research to get that done. Anyway, great unit to have. This is a great melee cavalry unit. Then we have the Scythian nobles. The Scythian nobles have a little bit more defense than the Maidens, a little bit less attack than the Maidens, but they have 10 charge. These guys are pretty good at charging. That's their only job. That's their only role on the battlefield, is to charge, because they don't have shields. They just have armor and a little bit of defense skill. That means that they can do a lot of damage on the charge, but then they will start getting a lot of damage or taking a lot of damage on prolonged melee. So you probably don't want to do that. The hunting shield maidens, they have 11 defense, sure, but they dish out a lot more damage over time than the Scythian nobles do. Anyway, then we go for the horse archer line, which they have 3 units. They have the Scythian horse archers. These guys are just like the Parthian horse archers or the Armenian horse archers. 7 missile attack, 3 attack, 5 defense, 2 charge. They only have one job. It's to horse archer, if that makes any sense. And they're fast, they have good stamina, they shoot arrows. That's what you want them for. You're probably not gonna take them into melee because they will die, they will melt away. Then we have the Scythian noble women. This unit is already a decent unit. They can fight in melee, even though I would advise against it. They have 8 missile attack, which is better than the horse archers. They have long-ranged missiles, perfect, good morale, fast moving. So you will be using them further away from the main fight, and you might charge them in. They have just 5 charge bonus, but that is not too bad, especially when you're taking them against other missile units and other missile cav. They will probably do well against those. And then you have the Scythian noble archers. These guys are a hybrid between a melee cavalry unit and a missile cavalry unit. They have 10 attack, 12 defense, 6 charge, 8 missile. They have long-ranged missiles, good morale, well armored, good stamina. These are all of their traits and stats and whatnot, but this means that they can actually charge some infantry units, not all infantry units, but some infantry units, and get away with it, especially if you're flanking or attacking from the back, which is the best way to go with them. Of course, it's the same to be said about Scythian noble women, but these guys are just better than noble women, and they're more men. There are more men in the unit than the noble women have women in the unit. So they're just more expensive. Is the price worth it? Is the price worth it? Yes, I think so. I think the price of the Scythian noble archers is worth it, and I would take them over the Scythian noble women. However, I think getting headhunting maidens and Scythian noble archers in an army, it's the perfect combo. Of course, that for me is what it is for the Scythians. Anyway, this is it for the Scythian roster. What's their tier right here? And I was thinking about, well, maybe they cannot be an A tier because, you know, their infantry is, you know, fairly bad. Their archers, yeah, they have a good archer unit, but you're not going to be using them because you don't have archers. You don't have any infantry to have any sort of a main line. So Scythia is going to be cav. So in custom battle, you're gonna be fighting spears. That's inevitable. If you pick Scythia, everybody's gonna go like, okay, they're doing spears. And it's the same with it's kind of the same with Parthia to a certain extent, and with Armenia to a certain extent. But with these guys, it's glaring, right? They can counter armor, yes, but they can be overwhelmed as well. Their units are not terribly good, so headhunting maidens, if they're going against the cavalry,
and drive them back in the same way.
Despite having the effective against armor, they're gonna do the damage, but they're gonna lose. So if they are, you know, if they're fighting 2 units of cavalry, they're gonna just melt away. That's the problem of headhunting maidens. So no A tier. B tier maybe. well, they just don't have the infantry to back the B tier up, and their cavalry is not that great to carry the whole roster onto a B tier. So I'm gonna have, they're still pretty strong, so I cannot give them a D tier. So the final verdict about the Scythians is the C tier, guys. C tier with them. Let me know if you agree with this. Let me know if you disagree with this. Comment everything. And like the video if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. One last thing that I want to say is, what is the best combo here? I think I've already told this. Headhunting Maidens and Scythian Noble Archers, or Headhunting Maidens and the Scythian Noble Women. One of the two. You can't go wrong with that combination unless you're fighting a whole spear army. But hopefully you will not be doing that. And even then, if you're good enough, you're going to be able to win. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, red button, subscribe.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much.